I am Samantha Mowat. I'm a clairvoyant psychic and a contactee, and I am really happy to be in the woods right now. This is one of my favorite places to go, regardless of the season, because every time I go to the woods, it reminds me of how my energy should be, when it's in more of a clear, concise aspect of who it is. What I have found over the years of doing this is that when you go to the woods and you clear away everyone else's energy, from the people to the technology to, all of the stresses of day-to-day life, it really does make a big difference. I find that my greatest communication with my guides and with a lot of the beings that I work with tends to happen in the woods. And the reason why it happens here is because when you're looking all around you, and you're feeling the energy being emitted by the trees, the energy being emitted by the animals, and just, the way the energy radiates into you. That is a very clean, concise vibration. It is a vibration that is more akin to what is healthy for us. Whereas when we go into our homes, that's not really a healthy vibration. A lot of us go into our homes and we release the energy and the baggage that we encounter, and we tend to take all this energy and we just get it accumulates around us all throughout the day from the people we encounter. Then we go home and then we just dump all that energy all over the place, and that really isn't a healthy thing for us to do in the way that we're doing it, because yes, we're clearing it sometimes off of ourselves, but then we're forgetting to clear our homes, and we're forgetting to clear the other people we live with, and our pets, and our plants, and our crystals. And so for me, I find that when I have a tremendous amount of energy that's just either not my own or pent up that I'm having trouble releasing, I find it's easier to just come to the woods and quite often to pray. Now, you can pray in any number of ways. For some people, they prefer to hold necklaces and pray. Some people prefer to get on their hands and knees and pray. It doesn't matter the way that you do it. The simple act of turning inwards and connecting to that vibration, that true essence of self, is going to help give you better clarity and release all the energy that isn't yours. One thing that my guides have been having me do for a while now is working heavily with different kinds of almost like energy that reminds me of a fire. And they were explaining to me how when you look at the basic elements that are comprised in the universe, whether it's like earth, air, water, fire, spirit, stuff like that, the energetic system of fire, my own aura was having trouble dealing with. It wasn't taking that aspect and using it. It was imbalanced. And so I've made a point lately to be very cautious and to burn candles and incense to make it so that when I'm doing energy protection around myself, that I'm visualizing different colored fires around me. Oh, that could be a fun one. We should do that right now. Okay, so get comfy, put your feet on the floor, or in the snow if you're like me, and what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes for a moment and feel your aura. Just do a quick scan. Maybe start your head and work your way down, and feel where your aura is doing what. For me, when I do that, I feel there being some discordant energy around my shoulders and a little bit around my heart chakra towards the front. And then when I go down the auric system, it feels like my aura was getting better at going down fully to the ground, but as though it stopped partially between my ankles and my calves. And so because I'm aware of that fact just from doing a minor body scan, I can now ask the elementals, the angels, and all the beings I work with to now bring my aura and to help ground it into the earth for a releasing process. Quite often when I'm doing my grounding cord, I'll do things that are very earth focused, like different kinds of crystals, or I'll visualize things like the trunk of a tree coming out of like my body being the trunk, and then from my feet downwards that becoming the root system, going deeper into the earth and spreading all throughout the different layers of the earth all the way inwards. And just from doing simple things like that, it can help to ground you. But in relation to the clearing exercise that we're trying to do, before you can do any clearing really well, in my perspective, you do have to do a bit of grounding. And so now that we're all grounded, let's take a moment, and you can either have your eyes open or your eyes closed, it does not matter. But I want for you to just feel the energy around you. Feel it towards the front of you. towards the sides of you, now towards the back of you. Have your consciousness go upwards and feel your aura above you, and now your aura below you. And when you're ready, I want for you to pick a color, any color at all, because that's the color flame that you're going to have enveloping your entire auric system. There are different symbolic references and meanings to the different kinds of fire, and so if you want, you could always pause the video and go look up what the different fire meanings mean and maybe incorporate one of those so that we have a more specific or aligned one for what you would like. Or you can just trust your intuition and allow for it to gravitate to whatever you choose. For me, I'm going to choose violet because I've been trying to work heavily with the violet flame over the last month, incorporating that into something with my auric body better. And so I'm going to ask my angels, will you please surround my body and my aura and the area surrounding me in the violet flame, please? Can you help me to clear all of the energies that are being contained within my auric system that are not mine? And as you do that, feel it. Pay attention to the way the aura feels now. You might feel the energy being more vibrant and alive. You might feel it being like it's moving around you or swirling around you. It might feel like suddenly energy is coming up and going all around you too. And if you're having some trouble feeling it, you can ask the angelic beings you're working with to increase that frequency to help you to better feel the energetic vibration as it's shifting. That's one thing I like to do. Now what's interesting is as you do this exercise multiple times, and you feel that energy, that flame going all around you, pay attention to where it feels like it has more of an energetic surge going on. Because that might be an area that you're having blocks, an area that there could be tension or stagnant energy. For me, I feel it at the back of a few of my chakras. Not towards the front, indicating the future and willingness to move forward with the future, but towards the back, indicating old programming, belief systems, past life information, or contracts in place that are making it more difficult for me to move forward. And so for me, that tells me I need to work with my angels to a deeper capacity to figure out what those are and to release them. And so what I'm doing right now is, I love working with Archangel Michael. He's by far my favorite. But I'm just asking him and all of the other angels to cut the cords that are preventing me from moving forward. So you can say out loud or in your head, angels, will you please cut the cords that are connecting onto my aura? Can you release me of any contracts, binds, oaths, fealties, promises that I may have made in any of my previous or future incarnations? Can you please help me to clear that energy, to release those, and to allow for me to move forward? And now, you might have to do this multiple times, because as you go through things and allow for more aspects of your past incarnations to come forward, you might find other contracts coming into place, ones that you had made in different incarnations. In my perspective, based upon things that I've experienced, I've found these things come in waves, where I'll have several contracts come up at once, I'll deal with them, process them, remove them, and then new ones come forward again, without everything coming forward at once. Now, as to why that is, I'm not certain, but I'm presuming it is because they're looking at me going, you can handle this amount at this time, whereas all of this would be too much for you. And that's completely fair. I appreciate their discernment and their awareness. Okay. Well, I need to go. The energy feels different, but it was lovely talking to you, and I wish you peace, love, and light. Bye.